Hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. So, there are different forces, entities, people wanting me to, not say and speak on certain things because it's going to call them out, and people are going to know exactly what they've done, why they did it, and it's just going to be a backfire for them. And this is something that has been coming for a long time. These are individuals that have known that what they have been engaging in and doing is wrong. And they just keep doing it, and they believe that they can cover it up. They can cover it up, they can get rid of, they can pay somebody off, they can cause chaos and disorder and havoc in somebody else's life in order to get things to go in their way. And so they're engaging in this behavior, and God just let me know I'm protected. And there are others of us that belong to God that are protected and have been protected for a long, long time. And what that means is that these individuals have attacked us, have abused us, have stolen from us, have tried to set us up or have set us up. And they did these things because they knew that it would cause a delay. They knew and they were aware that what they were engaging in was going to negatively affect our lives and keep them from being found out. And now that has backfired. Everything that they have done has backfired. Me speaking now is a backfire on their part. If they had not have done what they did, if they had not have sent the attacks, if they had not have lied, if they had not have done the setups, this currently right now what I am doing would not be happening. But God is allowing it to happen. And despite what anybody is trying to do, how anybody is trying to come at me, it is going to happen. The same thing as their consequences and their judgment. It's going to happen. And God just said, it's happening now. It's happening now. When I was 10 years old, my neighbor, Dustin, his mother was married to a man that used to come and do pest control for our home. This man, he said, continue. This man was coerced by my mother to engage in certain witchcraft and or behaviors that would gain him what he desired. This man, he desired to have a wife. He desired to have a family. All right? This man came from Michigan. This was a nice guy for the most part. I didn't see anything wrong with him. My brother worked alongside with him, and that was one of the stipulations to my mother helping him and getting and acquiring what he wanted. Another thing was coming against me and attacking me and delaying what my motion was to be in my life. When I was 10 years old, this individual, this neighbor, he moved in next door. And when he moved in next door, I do not believe that he was married to Teresa. Her name was Teresa. But Teresa had a son named Dustin that she had out of wedlock. This son that she had him with a military individual. I believe he was in the Navy. Yes, God just said he was in the Navy. Really, he was? He said, yes, he was in the Navy. He was in the Navy. My uncle, one of my uncles, is in the Navy, right? I don't know if that has any kind of, if it has any relation to what I'm talking about, but I think that what might have been part of it, possibly. Okay. I think there possibly could have been a reunion between Teresa and the baby's father, but it never happened because His name was Paul, because Paul wanted Teresa. Paul was interested in Teresa. And Teresa had a son named Dustin. Dustin got out of control over the years. He became just a drug addict. He just got out of control. Robbing, thieving, ended up in juvie, in jail. I just heard he's in jail now. He was just engaging in some reckless behavior, some toxic behavior. And it was, in a way, acting out because of his mother. His mother was not able to control him. Paul was not able to control him, but Paul was the one that was like the father figure in his life, while his real father was out serving in the military, in the Navy. And that was the problem, was that he was always out. So Teresa found Paul. Paul liked Teresa. Paul wanted to marry Teresa and have children. And they did. They had a son named Dylan. Basically, my mother helped him to acquire Teresa, his wife, and secure a family. She got pregnant. I believe they did get married. And this was someone that came into contact with my witch of a mother. She's a witch. My mother is a witch. She is an evil witch. And she basically manipulated and set up certain things to happen so that their marriage would happen. But in turn, he had to come against me. He also had to help my brother get into the game and or get associated with the right individuals, because Paul was a white man from Michigan. He had a certain ability as far as being able to connect with people because of his race, because of his status, so to speak. He was one of those guys that a lot of women would probably more than likely be attracted to. And a lot of people also have this attitude, if you're white, then you're right. And it doesn't matter what you engage in, what kind of activities or behaviors. If you're white, you're right. You can't do anything wrong. That's what a lot of people have, the attitude towards white individuals, toward Caucasian individuals, is that they're perfect. They can do no wrong. And they have the complexion for the protection, as Paul Mooney said. And Paul got my brother connected to the right individuals to be able to expand the toxicity that he was engaging in, that my father wanted him to engage in. So there was a trade-off. That was the deal. One of the ways that, and this is what kind of got Dustin caught up in going in the wrong turn, was because Dustin lied. And my mother made a statement or said something in regard to my behavior that was false and that was a lie. And she tried to manipulate it and set it up to be something that it was not, because she was playing mind games, manipulative games. She tried to say that I had molested Dustin, and I never touched Dustin. I was never interested in Dustin. Actually, I was interested in Paul. I like older guys. I thought Paul was cute. Never Dustin. And that was a lie that my mother told to try to get me caught up and seen in a certain way, not only in the neighborhood, but to get Paul to attack me in various ways. Oh. And Paul has the last name of someone that was associated in the homosexual community and had a name and or a reputation, a good reputation in the community. Remember what I said? White, right? Yeah. That's what a lot of people have this attitude of. So it got, that's why he passed away. Because this figure in the community was told that I was engaged in certain behaviors that I never was. But this guy didn't believe it, because I never acted out on any of the behaviors that my mother lied and said that I acted out in. Because in this community, they were told that I was engaged in certain behaviors and I was not. So a lot of people attacked me within the LGBTQ plus IA community, believing that I was one way when I was not. You have to remember that there are a lot of individuals within the LGBTQ plus IA community that may have been violated or assaulted or raped at a young age. And when you tell certain individuals within the community that have some kind of standing that someone is of that nature, of that way, they respond and act out in toxic ways against that person. And that's what a lot of people did towards me, because they believed a lie. So my mother got, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. She's fucked. She's fucked. Not just now, but in her next lifetime, she's fucked. Because the backfire, the backfire that's happening from what she said all those years ago that I did, it's backfiring on other people. My brother raped a girl. Not only did he rape me, but he raped a girl that was 13 years old. And she had a baby, which he did not want. And he got caught up with charges because he had sex with a minor. This happened after Paul and his family moved back to Michigan. Basically, what ended up happening is Paul got married to Teresa. They had a child. Dustin was all pissed off because of this new child coming in. Mother was starting a new family, basically. He didn't feel like he was a part of the family. He was also set up and or attacked because, well, he was manipulated. He lied on me, told this to Paul. My mother, basically told Paul what happened, or this was truth. Paul attacked me, engaged family to also attack me, tried to steal my destiny and give it to his son, Dylan, which it did not work. You can't be something that you're not. You cannot claim and or possess something that does not belong to you. And that's exactly what Dylan tried to do. Toxic behavior. Ill behavior. Paul is now suffering because of the actions that he took against me. He got Jay involved in a network. He got Jay involved in a network to where he would have influence and or people would trust and believe him, who he was, his character, so on and so forth, which was a lie. So what was said about me was a lie. What was said about Jay was a lie. Jay got involved into a network that he never should have been a part of, because that's what my mother wanted. My mother wanted my brother, Jay, to be involved in the network so that he could gain favor from certain individuals in the network, so that my mother could then use my brother and the favors that he made within this network in order to attack me and better herself, her position, whatever she wanted, whoever she wanted. Basically, it's all a fucking game of manipulation, toxicity, and evil wickedness. Everybody's paying. Teresa's paying, because I remember one afternoon Teresa started smoking cigarettes, and she was standing outside. She was sitting outside on her porch, and she was in this state of kind of despair, anger, It's like she had basically been told information that she was not prepared to hear, was not ready to hear, but she heard it, she came to understand it, and it was like, it's too late. It's too late. She already made the commitment to Paul. She already had a child by Paul. So all the truth and whatnot that she needed to learn and or know from him or in regard to him, anything that he was involved in, any engagements, any kind of network or whatnot, she learned about it, and she was now a part of the network because she committed and or tied herself to Paul. So she's basically trying to cope and deal with what she committed herself to, who she committed herself to, the family network, whatever Paul was involved in. She's fucked. Their son, Dylan, is fucked because here's the deal. Dylan was created based on a lie. It was all set up. It was all arranged. It was a lie. Had my mother not gotten involved in trying to basically claim whatever she wanted by manipulation, being bullying, lying, and whatnot, Teresa would have been in a different position. She would have been married to that Navy man. She would have been married to that Navy man. She interjected herself and she influenced Teresa into marrying Paul by things that she was saying about Paul. Oh, that's so messed up. Because Paul wanted her, so my mother assured him that she could get Teresa to marry Paul and have a child by Paul because she was hesitant. She still had love for her baby father, for Dustin's father. She wanted to marry him, but I don't think he was ready to be married. He was still in the Navy. He still had commitment. And I think the thing was he did not want to have her attached to him if he was maybe not going to be coming back. He wanted to basically get his position within the Navy, his commitment fulfilled with the Navy, and get to a place or a position where he was not traveling or away for long periods of time. The baby, the child that they had, was actually, it wasn't supposed to happen, but it's like he gave her the baby as kind of like, okay, to keep himself attached to her, and in some ways saw that as a commitment, which you should never do. Oh, excuse me. Teresa thought that by having Dustin that she would, oh, damn. Teresa thought that by having Dustin that she would keep that man, that Navy man, stationed or stayed close to her, and that's not what happened. She used what she had to get what she wanted. She had a baby to try to keep that man. Oh, damn. My mother fucked, oh my goodness. My mother was the cause of a lot of it. Not only Teresa caused, but my mother was the culprit behind all of it. My mother has ruined a lot of lives, along with my brother. They're like a tag team in a lot of ways. Tag team, back again. I just heard that song. That tag team that they have, that's done for. Oh, it's bad. I'm gonna leave it at that. Gotta go. Bye.